What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. In today's video specifically, we have to talk about the relief bounce that we're currently experiencing. Now, I do strongly believe this is going to continue throughout next week. Not necessarily a V-shaped bounce like a bottom and then an immediate explosion to the upside. What I mean by that is we are still in a descending fractal here on XRP. What I don't think is going to happen is a bounce like this, an immediate recovery afterwards here. I do, however, believe we are going to see a recovery, maybe back inside our descending fractal, and then continue to scale down lower as the week plays out here. Now, this is pretty much what we're expecting to see within most of the major cryptocurrencies and obviously the S&P 500. As you guys know, the S&P 500 is closed for trading on the weekends, and we've pretty much left Friday night basically retesting oversold and starting to see the recovery. That was Thursday night or Thursday, and Friday we saw the recovery here, which is really nice. You can also see we are oversold and retesting a very vital support level on the daily and weekly charts here. You can see where this is intertwined within our weekly S&P 500. We've pretty much came back down last week to retest bottom support at 3,800 points in between the moving average here, the weekly moving average, as well as this white band right here, which is a major support level. These are basically showing signs of extreme undervalued markets, and hopefully we get to see a small recovery off of that and head up higher, which is honestly what I think we're going to see come tomorrow. I do strongly believe probably the rest of the market's playing out. We might see something along the lines of this. This is truly what I think might happen. Something along the lines of this and then a continued recovery. If I had to guess and play out where I think the markets for the S&P 500 are going to move to, this is what I'm looking at here. Call me crazy, but this is what I would expect to see happen. A current dip, it would probably send us down about 25%. I think that might be the lowest. I'd be shocked if we fall to 33. That would be an extreme bear market crash. It'd be considered a crash, not a bear market, which is why I believe we're probably not going to see that, because we already saw a crash in 2020. So to see one 2 years later is very unlikely. But I do believe we're going to see a small relief bounce right here, back up to this level here where we've seen a lot of sideways trading in here. And then I think we might head lower, dip back down, hit our lowest point here, and then recover out of that, and then moving back up to all-time highs. That's my opinion. It might send us into end of May, June, July of, or sorry, this might take a while here. End of 2022, we might maybe recover back up to where we currently are today, and then into 2023, we'll probably get new highs, or at least retest previous highs. And that's pretty much my opinion on the S&P 500. But in that recovery here, I do strongly believe we're going to see cryptos as well see a recovery back up. And I do believe we're going to see these markets play a small relief bounce this week and then scale lower. So I want to give you guys my expectations, my thought as to the highest points we're going to see this relief bounce happen to. Maybe we might enter a small long position to the upside here, but then expect to see followed continuation of a correction, the followed correction to the downside here. That's pretty much where I think these markets are going to be moving to. With that being said, I do have an article pulled up by Cointelegraph, which is also in strong belief that we're going to see this relief bounce here, which I believe we're currently experiencing here. Bitcoin price could bounce to 35K, but analysts don't expect to see that V-shaped recovery here. With that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by BUILD-TOWER.GAME, which is actually a really cool 8-bit inspired game. What you can actually do is build towers and then rent out each floor of your tower and earn rent or money or passive income from this investment here. So it's like a virtual real estate program, which is actually pretty cool. You can see BUILD-TOWER.GAME is a decentralized financial instrument game on the Binance Smart Chain that allows both passive and active investors to earn money with their token. Now, this is a very new game. Obviously, new games come with new risks, but definitely stick around to the end of today's episode where we are going to be talking in depth about them. And I do show you guys a walkthrough of how to actually set it up if you are interested. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, first thing I want to talk about is this article here. Now, before I dive into this, they are referencing Bitcoin. You can see the Bitcoin chart here. We've managed to scale up from our relief rally, 25K, all the way up to, it appears, 30K right now. They say 35,000 might be the peak. I'm probably going to bet against 35. Actually, it is possible, because if we scale this like this, which might be accurate, then yeah, we could definitely see a 35K swing to the upside here. So yeah, it is pretty likely that we could see a rally up to 35K for sure, followed by more correction inside of our descending fractal here. Now, as you guys know, pulling up the weekly charts, you can see the reason I believe we're probably going to bounce and hang around the support level is because, at least 30K support level, is because we've used this for many months as a bottom support. You can see on numerous occasions we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of sideways consolidation, retesting and using this support level at 30K as a means of support. Moving forward here, we had multiple weeks of using this bottom support here, trending inside 30 and 40K. It's been a major support level, so the fact that we're seeing prices kind of stagnate below here is a little weary, but I do believe we'll probably see prices gain back inside this moving average here, trend on here for maybe the next week or two, and then either we'll break bearish or break through this descending fractal, but we'll see what happens when that time comes. But for right now, I do believe we're probably going to hang around this 30 to 35K support level for the next couple of days as this week rolls on. Now, what's interesting is you can see here, their article does mention the same thing. Now, they don't expect to see a relief bounce or a major recovery like this. They don't expect to see a V-shaped correction like that, but they do expect to see a smaller recovery back up, which is very accurate here, and I do agree strongly with that. You can see here it says short-term breakout is to 35K is expected here, and you can see the V-shaped recovery is very unlikely, and you can see where they have this macro low range in green here, which is where the previous bottoms are, which is exactly what we've been trading and tracking here in the past, which shows that this is probably the bottom, and a swing back up to 35K seems very likely for a move within Bitcoin here. Very much so. You can see I have it a little bit higher at 40K. They have it at 30K, 35K, which is also accurate. You can see if I draw a horizontal line at this resistance here, you can see how we have trended and used 35K in the support on numerous occasions here. So it makes sense that they would argue a 35K retest here. Now, what's interesting too is I do strongly believe we are going to see a swing to the upside here. The past couple of videos, we have been talking about a relief bounce and a relief rally coming. You can see we're currently in one, I believe, and we're just now starting. We're just now entering this relief bounce here. So that may open up some opportunities for a short-term long position swing to the upside here. Just yesterday, we made a video saying that this relief bounce is coming, and I am a strong believer of that. And in preparation, I will be making a trade probably on Bitcoin or XRP come tomorrow or the next day on BitYard here, leveraging this to the upside. We have been extremely undervalued, and we are oversold on pretty much every single major cryptocurrencies, daily, weekly, even 4-hour charts here. So for us to see a small recovery back up is highly likely that this is going to happen. So in response to that, we are going to have our BitYard charts opened up. We're going to trade with a low leverage here. Honestly, you can even do a moderate leverage of 10x, maybe something like that. That's what I plan on doing. Typing in the amount of margin you want, clicking buy long, and leveraging this to the upside here. Now, obviously, I have linked BitYard down in the description. Highly recommend you guys check them out. They are the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. Not only that, but if you do sign up, you can earn some free cryptocurrency here. And if you're not comfortable yet with actually using real crypto, they do have a demo account which allows you to trade around with Monopoly money until you're ready to use real crypto, which is also super cool. Now, moving forward, the reason we believe we're going to see a swing back up is because we've managed to pull back down into such undervalued waters. Now, you can see the past 2 days on XRP has been trading stagnant and sideways, and this is, notably because of the fact that the S&P 500 hasn't been open yesterday, Saturday, and Sunday today, and we're not going to see that until tomorrow. Now, the reason we expect to see this recovery to the upside here is because not only are we oversold on the weekly charts for the S&P 500, we're oversold on the daily charts for the S&P 500. We're inside what appears to be a major descending fractal, which seems to come to an end here. So I am a strong believer we're probably going to see the market swing to the upside here. We could stretch this out, move it something like this. This is possible. I don't know for sure just yet how we're going to play out here. But with that being said, I still am a believer that we are going to be seeing a run to the upside happen probably this week, with maybe a target in between 4180 and 4285. And that's pretty much where I do expect to see this run. There's a lot of resistance up here, so I do expect to see a recovery of the sort like this, which would give us a 10% relief bounce, which seems about accurate here. Now, when the S&P starts to swing up this week, we're more than likely going to see things like XRP get us back, which is extremely undervalued, unlike the S&P 500. I do believe we are going to swing back inside of this with maybe a target at 51 cents from the current price of 42. Trend inside of this, and then obviously continue to scale lower. Ethereum bouncing off its major support level at 1800. I do also strongly believe we are going to swing back inside the descending fractal, maybe hit a high of 2400, and then continue to skew lower and scale lower within this major descending fractal by the end of this week. Moving forward with Bitcoin, similar reaction here. We are trending inside our major descending fractal, and I do believe we are also going to swing back up, probably hit a resistance up here at 35K, just like that, followed by more correction to the downside here. So that's really where my head's at within these cryptocurrencies and the S&P 500. With that being said, I do want to talk more about BUILD-TOWER.GAME with you. I want to give a huge shout out to BUILD-TOWER.GAME for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, BUILD-TOWER.GAME is a decentralized game with financial instruments in the Binance Smart Chain that allows both passive and active investors to earn money. Now, the concept of the game is to earn profit, and to also make a profit, users actually need to purchase a building permit before they can start building their own building. Now, what is cool is each floor can then be rented out to receive income, and the game is made in the form of a smart contract in the BSC network, and this is to improve fund transparency and security on the blockchain. Now, all the funds in the project won't be stored on a smart contract, and all incoming capital flows will be immediately distributed among users in accordance with the rules of the game, which you can see here. Now, the actual interface that interacts with the smart contract is the website itself, and this eliminates the problem of DDoS attacks, since the role of the data server is actually performed by the Binance Smart Chain, and static files are distributed over the CDN network. Now, the game itself is a meta universe in the 8-bit style, and each player registers in the game and gets their own character, which can then be edited, appearances, clothing, and even accessories. Now, at the start, you are given a free plot of land, and in order to start construction, you then need to pay around $10 for a license, though. Now, the $10 automatically flies into the liquidity of their coin on the exchange, which I'll talk more about their coin in a minute. But next, you actually need to build the floors, and initially it looks like separate squares with a nominal floor cost, but in reality, they're working on a full gameplay where you'll need to actually work with tools, purchase materials, and hire workers, all of which will be available in the near future. Now, the first floor is 0.05 BNB once rented, and then you can receive income as well as receive a referral reward. Now, the number of floors is currently 20, but only 17 floors are available for construction, and the last 3 floors are tied to the number of users in the game. Now, obviously, the more users that join, the more floors a tower can build to. Simply put, in their universe, entrepreneurial activity will be implemented in full with real earnings and taxes. And lastly, the BUILD-TOWER.GAME token, BTGT, is a fully decentralized BEP20 token, and its full issue will be in the liquidity pool, and the LP coins will be permanently frozen. Now, the smart contract of the game will redeem burned tokens from the pool on PancakeSwap, thereby constantly increasing the price of tokens with each purchase by the player. Now, the token also will only be applied at the second stage of the product, and currently stage 1 of the product was originally planned as a crowdfund gathering, but after the CIS, they offer to make a binary queue, correcting all the mistakes of their predecessors. So guys, if you want to check out BUILD-TOWER.GAME and earn profit by playing construction, as well as on referrals, then definitely check out the links in the description of today's video. Otherwise, huge shout out to BUILD-TOWER.GAME for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.